What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I'm the Wolfman, and today we're dreading this because we are reviewing Final Destination 4, or in this case, The Final Destination, because they couldn't come up with anything else original, so they decided The Final Destination to confuse everyone. And this was during that stupid trend of let's just put those in front of movies, like The Fast and the Furious, compared to, Fast and Furious. And it's just like, oh my God. And there's all this stuff happening. And
And it's weird because there was a Final Destination 5. It wouldn't make sense if this is like the final one and like the franchise, like this is the end, this is the Final Destination, ooh, kind of a
yeah,
thing. But there was a fifth one, and now there's Bloodlines. It's like, yeah, this is like got to be like one of the stupidest titles ever. But for Final Destination 4, it does make sense.
it does. And I think that it, I wasn't around for when this was advertised. I don't know if it was advertised as it was supposed to be the final one or not. But if it was, maybe that's why they named it that way. But I think
And
either
and
way, it
and
was.
funny story about me in this movie. I hate NASCAR races and everything like that. So as soon as it started taking place at a NASCAR race, I should have known that I'm gonna be like, God, this movie's gonna suck.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So
and
basically, how this movie, yeah, Final Destination 4, it sucks. End of review right there.
yes,
Don't need to
and
elaborate any further.
this movie did the weirdest thing. Like, as you know, this franchise is not known for the best acting. None of them are known for their good acting. But 5 minutes, but like 2 minutes into this movie, I'm like, something feels off. This acting is even worse
It it
than the
it
acting in any other movie.
You know what it felt like? It felt like a porn parody of Final Destination, or one of those like spoof
And
movies.
hey, don't disrespect porn parodies. This felt like a Disney Channel original movie, like
Right?
a and I'm not talking like
That,
High
oh,
School
hey,
Musical, one of the good
there is a
ones. I
porn
mean,
worthy scene, if you know what I'm saying, in this movie. That's the one good thing about it.
what's one good thing about it?
I was saying, speaking of porn, there is that one kind of that one porny scene of sorts, if you know what I mean. That was the one good scene in the movie right there.
Yes, and if you know the moment that I knew that this movie was gonna be bad.
Boy,
Okay, so there's this character that is racist in the movie, and a black guy walks by him. Now I know racists are bad, but give him a clever one liner, a good one liner to say. What does
mm,
he go with? There goes the neighborhood. I'm like, that line was legit, like from the 70s or the 80s. Like, it's like if that's your best insult, then you need better insults if that is your insult.
and then no, and then after that, the same character comes up back up to that black security guard or whatever, and he's like, "Hey, your turn's coming up soon, chocolate." And I was like, "Oh my God!"
And
Like really, and
I
yeah, it's the writing, and I understand, you know, Final Destination. It's not known for like the best writing out there and everything. You know, it's
I
it's got it's still got some goofy one-liners. It's still got stuff like that every now and then. But the um, but at least the writing in the other movies are fun. This one, it's just kind of cringe bad. when you hear the dialogue that's in it.
Yes, and about that character, you know what really shocked me about him in this movie though?
What?
This movie came out in the 2010s, right?
Yeah.
They legit had him using the N-bomb in this movie, and I'm like,
Well, not the 20 teens. It came out in 2009.
and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
still shocked that even in the 2000s, then like in a Final Destination movie that they allow that. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
like,
I mean, hey, this came out
like,
1 year after Tropic Thunder, which was in 2008. You know, and Robert
and
Downey Jr. played a black guy.
you would have thought with all of the blowback that movie got, that they would have been like, hey, let's avoid this.
Although Tropic Thunder didn't really get a lot of blowback, it's weird. It's like whenever Robert Downey Jr. played a black man, it's like no one complained, but anybody else does it, it's like, oh, dude, you know.
Yes, but here's the thing: in this version, they didn't even make this movie fun, and this character
Yeah,
legit had the only really had one of the two good death scenes in the movie. I mean, or I should say, entertaining. He wasn't good, but him
yeah,
being
because
dragged down the
the
street
death scenes
by
in this
a
movie are
truck
bad.
that is on fire, I'm like, I was half expecting, you know what I was expecting to hear?
What?
You know, on Looney Tunes, they have the dun 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 dun, you know, that kind of music.
Honestly, that would have been much better because I felt like it was such a weird, random music choice for the "Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?" I was like, "What the heck? Why?
Yes,
What?"
that
So random.
so
And and
that
then so- and then yeah, the kills to me just were uninventive and fun, and like some of the bad writing was written into the kills. Like the girl who's all like, "I got my eye on you," and then she turns around and gets like shot in the eye or whatever. It's
yeah.
like, oh my god, really, guys? That's
There's only one kill that I found to act or almost kill that I actually found to be pretty creepy,
which one?
and that is the girl in the car wash.
But that's the thing. She doesn't actually get killed in that scene.
I still legitimately felt like, oh my god, oh shit.
Oh no, I agree. Like it was the most intense sequence, but I was like, you're giving me an intense sequence and you're not even gonna kill the person? Like what the heck? And what I also don't like about the deaths in this too is that like this feels the most out of like that it's a supernatural force. It's not just an accident that happens, like some freak accident. Like you literally see water move by itself or gasoline move by itself, and you keep on seeing like literally a whole can starts moving by itself or whatever because it's like float because something else is under it or something. I'm like why is this like it's a supernatural presence after you guys? Like this is weird. This always supposed to be like just accidental uh shenanigans that they get into. So I so I don't understand that. And also I noticed too on this rewatch, the CGI is terrible. This has a lot of the deaths in this film are uh really just CGI blood and just not even and not even
Yes.
good CGI blood.
Yes, and this movie ranges sometimes because sometimes I think it's like The Room levels of bad, and that's when I actually defend this movie when it is
Mm-hmm.
that level of bad, like with the guy being dragged down the street. I'm like, okay, or like the beginning, I'm like, this is like The Room, and then as it goes on,
But then there's stuff like the guy whose butt gets attached to the pool, and then it's just like, oh my god, are
and
we really going here?
and here's the thing. have you noticed this is what bothered me most. There was 2 climaxes in this movie.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
because
because of the theater, and then the scene after the theater.
no. No. I mean you have the scene in the mall that takes 20 minutes. And then you realize, oh
Mhm.
shit, it was all a dream. So it goes back to the mall and
Yeah,
spends another 20 minutes or
and
another 15 minutes.
and also, can I just
I'm like,
say, there's such a weird choice for this movie, but the visions or whatever that he has in this, you see like the these um like I don't know what they are. It's like a bunch of stuff randomly shows up. You see like a wrench, a screwdriver, whatever. It's all like popping up like in the frame randomly. You're just like, what the fuck?
oh, I
Why is
know.
like
I
why
can
is that
explain
there?
that. I can explain that.
Really?
When this movie was released in theaters, 3D.
Yeah, but it wasn't even. I don't even think it was released in 3D.
Yes, yes, it was.
Oh, it was?
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
So that's
I know
why you
Final
had
Destination 5
those.
was, but I don't know if.
So that's why I had those weird shots,
Oh my god. Okay. That is,
which
that is
which to me also feels forced because the 3D felt very cheesy, and you could tell, okay, this is where the 3D is supposed to happen. It's not like to make you more immersed in the world.
yeah. And
It felt really gimmicky.
no, I completely agree. And then this one too is like one of the only ones that has a opening credit sequence. And the opening credit sequence is like very weird and out of place. Doesn't feel like a Final Destination opening credit sequence. It's it's just I it feels like something you'd see out of some other movie, and and yeah, and then just all the characters in this film. There's some of the Final Destination films where yeah, there's some stupid characters sprinkled in, and but like you at least like a few of the characters. I really don't like anyone in this movie. This movie is just doesn't really have any really likable characters for me.
The only character that I sort of liked in this movie is the black guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I was like,
yeah,
okay, he's cool. He's
yeah,
cool, but everybody else completely forgettable.
same. Yeah, they're completely forgettable. They just are uninteresting, and this movie at the end of the day, it's just boring. You get boring uh, kill and boring scenes, and just is so uneventful. Like when one of these films opens up with like the mass death, it's always exciting. First Final Destination, it's exciting. Second Final Destination, it's exciting. Third Final Destination, it's exciting. This one, you're bored. You're just like, I don't care. Why am I watching this? And and yeah, it's. I mean, the only thing I'll say I'll give it is yes. I think the car wash scene was pretty cool, but that's really the only pro that I think I can throw towards this movie. Because for me, this movie, while it does have its stupid fun moments, I feel like most of the moments are just stupid. Like,
The more I thought about it, the more I'm like, yeah, yeah, Michael's right. This movie is super stupid. It makes legit like almost no sense. It's like it feels longer than it actually is.
mhm. And are you like telling me that like the ending, like you're gonna make him to skeletons to show their death, like X-ray skeletons. It's so weird. I don't like that part. And then yeah, it's way, way longer than what it should be. Or no, it feels way longer than what it should be. It's an hour and 22 minutes, which is, I think, the shortest for a Final Destination movie. And yet, this one feels like the longest because you're
Like
just bored out of your mind.
30 minutes long, almost like Bloodline is gonna almost be 30 minutes longer than this movie.
I know, and hopefully that one feels at least shorter, you know. But the pacing is bad, the editing is bad. There's so much bad stuff in this movie. This feels very much like what you'd expect from the 2000s, you know, and it's just utterly lackluster in my opinion.
This feels like a movie that Netflix would make. Be like, hey, watch this.
Yeah. It feels like that's the thing. It feels straight to home video or straight to, you know, it doesn't feel like something that should have been put out in theaters, you know?
And hell, even their streaming movies that are better than this.
Sure. There definitely are. So, yeah, guys, Final Destination, or the Final Destination, I should say. See, it's so unfortunate that they titled it that because I had my friend watch what he thought was the first Final Destination film for the first time. But really, what he watched was this film because it was titled The Final Destination. So he thought that this was the first film. And I was like, oh my God. No, dude, you watched the shittiest one first. And he was like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah.
He was probably like, I don't know what's wrong with you, man, for liking this franchise.
So yeah, at first he was like, dude, this sucks. And I was like, dude, you watched the wrong one. He was like, wait, really? I was like, yeah, that's the fourth one. He's like, really? And I was like, yeah. So it's, yeah, all that is definitely just crazy and just, yeah, this whole movie is just really dumb and stupid. But that'll do it, guys, for our the Final Destination review. Do you have any closing thoughts you'd like to add?
I just want to meet the people that legitimately say this is legitimately a good movie just to see what their perspective on the movie was.
I'd be curious if there's actually somebody out there who has this as their favorite in the franchise. I want to find that person and talk to them.
Hell, I would say right now, if it's even their second favorite, I'd still be like, I want to talk to you about this. Like, if it's not last or second to last.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, completely agree. But yeah, guys, we will be continuing our Final Destination reviews for you guys. Our last one will be uploaded on Friday morning, so the next Friday. So because we're a little bit behind, but Friday morning still ties in. The new Final Destination releases Friday, or that Friday, so you'll be able to see You'll be able to see Final Destination 5 review, and then that evening go watch Final Destination Bloodline. So should be a good time. And we're also going to be continuing the Mission Impossible commentaries as we have as we just did Ghost Protocol, and then we're going to be doing Rogue Nation next week, and then we'll be having Andrew back on for a good movie finally, because his last two videos have been for some not so good movies. So
my favorite in the Mission Impossible franchise.
Oh yeah, so should be a great time. I'm looking forward to that. My favorite as well. So that should be a great time. And of course, we're we're covering The Last of Us season 2 this year, so make sure that you guys tune in for the episode 5 after show that we do for you all. But yeah, that'll do it for this video tonight, guys. Thank you all for joining us and for watching. We will see you all in the next one. Until next time, stay spooky, my friends, and keep on watching those horror movies.